Ah, what's up, YouTube, Anime Advice, internet users, whoever the hell's watching this, what's up? One quick Excited Fan 16, coming at you with another episode of Dunce Cap, this time on something that I don't own, actually. Yes, I am covering, well, this will be my second time covering a show that I do not own, but the other one has not been finished up and everything. Stick fishes. And so I'm just gonna kind of roll with this and everything because this one and the next couple of series that I plan on covering, I actually watched on Netflix via Instant Watch, instead, and not through disc. And personally, I'm not really sure if I'd actually buy any of these series. So there you go. So this one I have for you is from like 2003, 2004, so going back a little bit and everything. And that is Gungrave, brought to us, by Genion and then by Funimation and everything. To be honest, I don't know jack shit on the materials and everything, or like the people or the companies behind it and everything like that. So yeah, and everything. But I did actually watch this show in like a couple of days because I was like super bored. So I'd sit there on a day off, watch like, I don't know, 10 episodes at a time out of the 26, and then I'd sit there and get home from work and I'd watch like 3-4 episodes, and then I'd watch like an episode or two maybe before I went to work and everything. So watch this sucker pretty fast and everything. And surprisingly enough, Gungrave actually has 2 PlayStation 2 games, and one of them actually came out before the anime. So I don't know, cause hell, I don't even know if this thing's got a manga. I didn't even look it. But moving on. Sub versus dub. Since I watched it on Netflix, as any of you who do watch anime on Netflix, there is no sub option, which I think they should. I really do think they should have a sub option, so you can kind of flip-flop back and forth. I mean, for things where where you actually do have that option, but I don't know if we're gonna ever see Netflix be that cool, but we'll see. So obviously then I only had the dub option. I didn't feel like going online to try and find it sub and everything. And so I thought the dub was alright. It works. Really, I don't think it really took a whole lot to kind of do the dub work for the show. I mean, it was pretty simple and straightforward. I mean, really nothing much to it. You could see the plot moving from a mile away practically. It's simple stuff and everything. And so then again, there are some voice actors that I recognized in it. So I don't know. Of course, then again, it's from the early 2000s where some of the voice actors who are bigger now may not have been quite as big 8 years ago or whatever, and so they were kind of struggling, or kind of just doing smaller bits, in lesser known series to try and kind of get going and everything. So. But yeah, that's kind of that. And so the animation, yeah, it's another one of those deals where it's pretty typical of the time period. Looking at it now, it's kind of whatever, but I do like kind of the darkness of it. I actually comparatively didn't think the animation was too bad, for the time it was made and everything. I enjoyed it and everything. Of course, Gungrave has lots of explosions and whatnot, so yeah, but I don't know. The animation is just kind of there. It's like say, it's not gonna be super wow, if you're looking at it now, from that time period, and it's not gonna be like, oh, this looks like shit either. So, you're kind of in that whatever gray middle ground area and everything for that. And next we have the story, which the story is kind of separated, because you sit there and have like 1 or 2 episodes at the beginning, and then you spend the next, so it's 26 episodes, so you probably spend about the next till about episode 18 to 20, I don't quite remember, in a giant ass flashback. So you have the current, and then you do this huge flashback, and then it jumps back to current, and you're just like, okay. Well, actually, I can't say, I mean, it's really not that bad. I actually enjoyed the flashback, so you could actually not be just thrown into these characters and not know what the fuck is going on and shit like that, and everything. So it was enjoyable. The flashback was, to kind of get to know the characters and everything, and yeah, there were some boring points, but it was entertaining nonetheless. Actually, to be honest, parts of this kind of reminded me of like an anime version of Scarface. A little. I mean, just a couple of character personality things and shit like that. So I don't know. That's just kind of how that. I'm not disappointed in the flashback either and everything, because there are a number of shows that will sit there and, or even U.S. movies who sit there and they go along, and then all of a sudden it gets to a point and it's just like, this shit didn't happen, so we're gonna hop back to this part, and this is what really happened, or and shit like that, and that really pisses me off. But this isn't really that. It's just strictly a flashback that takes half, 2/3, or whatever of the entire season. So yeah. Well, like I say, it's not too bad. And like I say, it's basically just a story of Brandon Heat and his buddy that for some reason I'm not remembering. Harry McDowell, yeah. And they, grow up in this shitty area, as teens and everything, and then they get out, and then they join this big mafia style organization that's got its hands everywhere, and and then they just work hard and kind of do whatever and everything to move on up, and it keeps basically in a realistic style kind of thing, and then other stuff happens, and then it gets like, all this scientific, all this sci-fi stuff, pops in, and so then it kind of, goes less away from, oh yeah, I can kind of see this shit going on. Oh wait, no, there's this fucking dead guy who's up and walking after 7 years and is shooting these transforming monsters and shit. So yeah, so that's kind of how that is. But it's not bad, I guess. If you're into, basically a crime, style story with that, I don't know, there isn't really much for laughs in it, but it's got some explosions and stuff, and everything. The flashback's basically the whole entire best part of the entire show, but it's got some explosions and everything, and I was kind of disappointed in the ending a little bit, but I didn't really go into this show kind of expecting a whole lot anyways, because I was kind of like, oh, what the hell, I'll watch this, and so I did. So that's kind of how that is. And, like I said, the characters, you got basically the primary two. Brandon Heat and Harry McDowell. Brandon Heat is Gungrave, but the thing is he uses a gun, and Brandon Heat gets renamed Beyond the Grave. And he shoots guns. So basically that's, as far as I can say, where the title is, but I don't know. To me, I figured that, that they would actually use the damn title in it, but I don't know. There are a number of shows, obviously, that do not even state its own title. So, yeah. So that's kind of how that is. And then you got Harry McDowell. He's greedy, but he seems like a good guy, but he's like greedy, and he's conniving and scheming, and and he just always wants to keep going. He's so greedy that he's just, it's never enough. He gets to this level and he wants to be at this level. And once he gets to this level, he wants to be at this level. And and he just wants to keep going higher, 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 higher. And he came from shit. So there you go. Yeah, that's kind of how that is. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much the two main characters. Yeah, basically everyone else in the entire show is side characters. I mean, you got a doctor and you got this little girl and Big Daddy and people, and some of the other guys, but they're all primarily minor characters compared to those two. So, oh yeah, and then we go on to manga, which, like I say, I don't know if there's manga, so there's the anime, and I have not played the games. I didn't even know that there were games, and I'm kind of disappointed because they were for PlayStation 2, and I loved my PlayStation 2 a lot. And so, don't know about the quality of the game, but I guess, it's kind of, they kind of go hand in hand. I guess the games and the anime does and everything and all that. So that's about all I got on this and everything. Pretty simple stuff. I mean, I rated it like 3 stars on Netflix because I liked it enough. It was enjoyable, overall and everything. As far as like the score and the animation for the time and the story and the characters and stuff like that. Of course, none of the characters, not really much character development at all. Everything, the characters kind of how they are. That's kind of how it is. Everything, but it wasn't bad. It's not. Yes, I do have things in my collection that I would rate at 3 stars. Or whatever, but I just get more entertainment out of this. I just didn't quite get enough entertainment out of it. It was all right. It was worth a watch, I guess. But I don't know, not enough for me and everything. So it's not bad. If you want to sit there, like say, and have some sci-fi with your criminal organization storyline and everything like that, then it's not too bad and everything. So if you enjoy that, go ahead and hop on Netflix or wherever and give it a watch. So, but that's about all I got and everything. I'm not going to waste your time anymore than I already have. So, Johnny 16, one quick for Anime Vice, and this has been another episode of Dunce Cap. Peace. Ah, no, I hit the wrong button!